Today, I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic, executive functioning skills. In my previous videos, I mentioned about the 3 core skills that are needed for success in schools. Number 1 being academics. Number 2, social and communication skills. Number 3 is executive functioning. What is executive functioning? Executive functioning is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. They constitute 11 skills that are extremely important for the normal functioning. Hey everybody, Coach Joe here. I'm an executive functioning and academic coach for teens. And my passion is to help teens live their maximum potential. Welcome everyone to Gifted Gabber's Soundbites, where I share tips and resources that you can easily implement for your teens for success in school and beyond. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic, executive functioning skills. But wait, don't forget to subscribe or let me know of any topics that you would like me to discuss. So let's get started. In my previous videos, I mentioned about the 3 core skills that are needed for success in schools. Number 1 being academics, of course. Number 2, social and communication skills. Check out my videos for those. Number 3 is executive functioning. What is executive functioning? Executive functioning is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. They constitute 11 skills that are extremely important for the normal functioning. Got it? So the very first executive functioning skill is planning. We all know that. Teens are expected to be like project managers in the corporate world. But guess what? They are not given any tools or techniques or even sort of training to how to plan their life, right? But it's extremely important that they know how to plan and map out their assignments, their personal life, their extracurricular activities. Planning is extremely critical. Number 2, organization. How well your teen is organized, not just with the stuff, but with all their deliverables, their timelines, their projects, their assignments. One critical area that you can see that they're disorganized is their backpack, right? So that is easily noticeable whether they're organized or not. Number 3, time management. How well do they manage their time? More than even managing time, do they know how to chunk their assignments or their deliverables, right? Do they know how to break down into manageable parts? Do they keep track of when assignments or homework or anything is due, right? Are they able to get ready on time in the morning without prompting? So that is all time management. Next, I'm going to talk about the 4th skill, which is working memory. This is not like long-term memory where someone or your teen needs to recall what happened when they were in the toddler, but this is like short-term memory, right? For instance, like do they remember the sequence in a math problem, or are they able to recall a concept that was taught to them yesterday, right? So that is working memory. That's extremely important in functioning in school. 5th is metacognition. I don't think a lot of us have heard about it, including myself. Fairly recently is when I came to know about this. Metacognition is looking at yourself from outside, right? It's like questioning yourself. How did I do? Did I get this problem right? Especially when your child is taking a math test. Did they go over all the steps that were there before handing in their paper? It's an extremely important skill to have. It is like constant improvement that a teen needs to do, is to question themselves. How did I do? Right? How could I have done it better? Did I do the test or an activity to the best of my potential? These are the kind of questions that your teen needs to ask. Next is response inhibition. Yes, I know there's all kinds of hormones that's like buzzing through, but a teen needs to know how to control their responses and not blurt out whatever comes to their mind, even if they're provoked. Yes, some teenagers can be like really cruel, but it is extremely important that your teen knows how to say something that's not inappropriate or wait a few minutes before responding. Next is emotional control. How well they're able to control their emotions is extremely important. There may be somebody who comes up in the bus and teases them, right? And your team needs to make sure that they have their emotions under check. Next is goal-directed persistence, right? This is where most parents, including myself, struggle with. How do you make teens self-sufficient? How do you make them independent enough that you don't need to hover over them and keep asking, hey, did you submit this assignment? Hey, did you study for this test? It's exhausting. Teens need to have this skill, which is very important. And let me tell you something, it's not that teens lack all these executive functioning, but they do have their strengths and weaknesses. And you really need to address the weaknesses so that it doesn't become an impediment in the long run. So going along, next is sustained attention or focus. Yes, the homework is going to get hard. Yes, they have 10,000 different distractions that is calling them away from it. But how well your teen navigates through this, is able to focus through and complete the assignment is extremely important, right? So they sit on a task and don't get up until it's complete, right? So that's sustained attention. And next is task initiation. This is another one that drives all the parents up the wall. It's like teens not starting their assignments or projects on time, right? They're like procrastinators. Oh yeah, I will get it done. It's not due until 2 weeks. These are the typical answers that a teen would provide, right? But task initiation or TI is extremely critical. And last but not the least, flexibility. Yes, this is a very less known executive functioning skill that you didn't have to flex, but coronavirus has changed everything. Now teens more than ever have to be flexible, right? Structured learning is gone from school, right? But still they have to put in that effort to make sure they don't miss out on the deep learning. They have to be flexible enough to adapt and adjust to any of these situations, right? So this was the explanation of the executive functioning. You can see which specific skill is your teen's strength and weakness. Okay, so that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list or join my Facebook group, Pioneer Parents, and don't forget to subscribe. Until then, bye.